Every second, over 10,000 Coca-Cola drinks are consumed. The exact formula for Coca-Cola is one of the most closely guarded secrets in the world, known only to a select few. Most of us are familiar with the brand, even if we don't consume it. Its success is primarily attributed to its exceptional marketing over the past century. Coca-Cola is a globally recognized brand with its iconic red logo. It has become a symbol of American culture and capitalism. However, controversy, exploitation, and unethical practices mark the company's history. As the largest soft drink company in the world, it distributes over 500 different products. Since the early 2000s, criticism of the use of Coca-Cola products and the company itself has intensified, with concerns raised over health effects, environmental issues, animal testing, economic business practices, and employee treatment. The Coca-Cola Company has faced multiple lawsuits relating to these criticisms. Coca-Cola, which was invented by John Stith Pemberton in 1886, has received a lot of criticism over the years. The Coca-Cola Company has been criticized for both the product itself and its business practices. Pemberton initially marketed Coca-Cola as a medicinal tonic. However, the formula contained coca leaf extract with traces of cocaine, which caused a lot of controversy. Although the cocaine content was eventually removed, the company's decision to include an addictive substance in the early days raises ethical questions about its practices and its role in fueling addiction. In 1903, Coca-Cola faced the challenge of societal and legal changes threatening its product. To adapt, the company decided to make a formula revolution. Cocaine was removed from the formula, which marked the beginning of a new era for the company. However, the coca leaf was partially forgotten. Coca-Cola opted for a decoconized version of the coca leaf extract to maintain some semblance of its original identity. This compromise allowed the company to adapt to changing times while honoring its roots. In 1909, the United States government passed the Pure Food and Drug Act. As a result, 40 barrels and 20 kegs of Coca-Cola syrup were seized because the authorities believed that the added caffeine was a harmful ingredient. One of the earliest criticisms of Coca-Cola was that it caused significant mental and physical impairments. In 1911, the U.S. government filed a lawsuit against Coca-Cola, demanding the company remove a dangerous stimulant from its product. Interestingly, the stimulant in question was not cocaine, but caffeine. The trial was quite dramatic, with expert witnesses providing testimony that worked against the government's case, saying that caffeine was not hazardous. Coca-Cola's legal team argued that caffeine was not an additive, but a naturally occurring ingredient, and the court initially ruled in their favor. However, this decision was later reversed, and Coca-Cola was ordered to reduce the caffeine content in its product by half. Over the years, Coca-Cola has become a well-known brand globally. However, the brand's extensive use of plastic has led to a significant controversy. While Coca-Cola is famous for its carbonated drink, it offers many beverages, including teas, coffees, juices, energy drinks, and various water variants. The production of these drinks results in an enormous amount of plastic waste, making Coca-Cola the world's leading plastic polluter for 5 consecutive years. During the 1960s, Coca-Cola targeted indigenous cultures in Central America by advertising the health benefits of their product. They even integrated their drink into the religious practices of these communities, with some churches in Chiapas, Mexico, using Coke as a religious beverage, claiming it has magical properties. However, along their journey to becoming a multi-billion-dollar company, Coca-Cola has been accused of draining usable water from cities and rural villages in countries like India and Mexico. Their mistreatment of workers and consumers has been a long-standing issue, with deplorable actions continuing even today. The company is one of the largest water consumers in Mexico, as it operates bottling plants and various facilities that consume millions of liters of water daily. Consequently, there have been allegations that Coca-Cola contributes to the depletion of local water resources, resulting in water scarcity in certain regions of the country. For years, the company's red logo and familiar taste have been ubiquitous in Mexican stores, restaurants, and homes, making it a significant player in the country's economy and culture. Although Coca-Cola has had a significant economic impact in Mexico, some controversies have surrounded the company's practices. Critics have accused Coca-Cola of engaging in anti-competitive behavior, such as offering exclusive contracts to certain retailers or charging high prices for its products. Additionally, some have criticized the company's labor practices, including its use of temporary workers and allegations of anti-union behavior. The New York Times published an article that exposed how Coca-Cola bottling facilities had been using up the water resources of towns in Chiapas. This resulted in a water shortage for the people of San Cristobal, who were forced to drink Coca-Cola products instead of clean water. The residents blamed the bottling plant, which is licensed to use 300,000 gallons of water per day, for causing water scarcity in the area. Despite these criticisms, Coca-Cola remains a major player in the Mexican economy, with a significant presence in the country's retail, manufacturing, and distribution sectors. The company's economic contributions have helped to support jobs. The company has over 65 bottling plants and 32 distribution centers nationwide, employing more than 100,000 persons. As Coca-Cola expanded its global reach, its pursuit of profits often came at the cost of labor rights and environmental sustainability. In countries like Colombia and Guatemala, Coca-Cola has been accused of human rights violations, including the suppression of workers' rights and collusion with paramilitary groups. Moreover, the company's utilization of natural resources such as water in regions facing scarcity has led to demonstrations and environmental damage. There has been growing concern over Coca-Cola's production practices in India, which deplete public groundwater and leave farming communities barren. The Coca-Cola Company's largest plant in India is accused of draining the water that feeds the wells of thousands of farmers and contaminating the land with waste sludge that the company claims is fertilizer, leading to unemployment. Coca-Cola has 58 bottling plants in India that require a lot of water. In Plachimata, a village in Kerala state, prolonged droughts have depleted the groundwater in wells. This has forced many locals to depend on daily water deliveries supplied by the government. Some people believe the lack of groundwater in the area is due to the establishment of a Coca-Cola bottling plant 3 years ago. Residents have held several large protests in response to this issue. As a result, the local government revoked Coca-Cola's license to operate last year and ordered the company to shut down its $25 million plant. The same groundwater problems have also affected the company's operations in the rural Indian state of Uttar Pradesh, where farming is the primary industry. In 2004, several thousand residents participated in a 10-day march between two Coca-Cola bottling plants that were believed to be depleting groundwater resources. During the apartheid era in South Africa, Coca-Cola was one of the biggest employers in the country. However, this led to boycotts in the 1980s. In 1986, Coca-Cola hinted that they would shut down their bottling and canning operations in South Africa, but they have yet to do so. Experts predicted at the time that this move would not financially impact the company. Coca-Cola has faced criticism for its marketing strategies aimed at children and adolescents, which have been accused of promoting unhealthy consumption habits. The company's aggressive advertising campaigns, including sponsoring sports events and using celebrity endorsements, have been blamed for contributing to the increase in rates of obesity, diabetes, and other health problems. Some argue that Coca-Cola prioritizes profits over public health, ignoring the adverse effects of excessive sugar consumption. Coca-Cola's production and distribution processes have a significant environmental impact. The company's use of plastic packaging has resulted in concerns about plastic pollution in oceans and waterways. Despite pledging to increase recycling and reduce plastic usage, Coca-Cola still faces criticism for its insufficient efforts to address environmental sustainability and tackle the plastic crisis. Coca-Cola has been involved in several controversies about its business practices and lobbying efforts. The company has been accused of tax evasion, price fixing, and influence peddling, damaging its reputation. Critics argue that Coca-Cola often ignores ethical integrity and social justice in its pursuit of profit, which raises questions about its commitment to corporate responsibility. In 2014, Coca-Cola was accused of committing 27 Clean Air Act violations at one of its Minute Maid plants located in Michigan. Later, in May 2014, the company settled with the EPA for these violations and ended up paying $165,900 in civil penalties. As we reflect on the controversial history of Coca-Cola, it becomes apparent that behind its corporate success lies a darker reality. Starting as a medicinal tonic and becoming a global beverage giant, Coca-Cola's journey is full of ethical dilemmas and controversies. As consumers are becoming more aware of their choices' social and environmental impact, Coca-Cola is facing mounting pressure to address these issues and uphold higher standards of corporate responsibility. Only time will tell whether Coca-Cola can rectify its past transgressions and forge a more ethical path forward. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey. Please subscribe for more exciting content. Thank you.